What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the CloudSlayer channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we got a ramble. What is it today? Thursday. I'm going to start just doing weekly rambles. I feel like doing one. I'll crack one out, whatever. Instead of just doing it on Mondays. It's not for any specific reason. It's just sometimes you got to do it on a different day. Whatever it is, what it is. But today I was just going to talk a little bit about some of the hardships that we go through, right? We all go through hardships. We all have hard times, but like people say, always say, stay positive. I always say that too. Stay positive. Do something else to keep your mind off of it and stuff like that. But what does that actually entail? You know what I mean? Does that actually work? Or do I have to do something else? Because I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to preoccupy my mind with things and stuff like that. And it just doesn't seem to work, right? It doesn't seem to work for me. It doesn't seem to, click or keep those negative thoughts out of my mind, right? Or this feeling of, something like it's piling up on me, right? Like this massive weight of negativity, of non-accomplishment, or some of these a lot of other things that are piling up in your life are just weighing down on you. So how do I punch with these things? How do I feel better about myself? How do I what am I doing wrong compared to somebody else that seems to have it together, right? I guess the fact of the matter is nobody has it together. Nobody does. Maybe they look happy. Maybe they look like they're the best person in the world, the happiest person in the world. But the fact of the matter is that the grass is always greener on the other side. Maybe they're just better at smiling through the pain than you are, right? I always allude to one of my friends, one of my best friends from when I was in like 6th grade, who, we drifted apart, due to certain circumstances, we drifted apart, but, and he ended up passing away when we were 17 years old, robbery gone wrong. A brother of mine, Timothy, and unfortunately got into drinking and stuff at an early age, gang banging and various things like that, which where I grew up from is not all that uncommon. For a lot of people, it's not that uncommon, right? I could have very easily went down that path as well. I've seen that stuff around me as well, but I thank the Creator every day that I did not go down that road, that I did not follow that same path. Granted, I did do drugs and stuff like that. I blamed all my hardships onto other people, blamed it on the white man, blamed it on society, blamed it on the government, blamed it on everything else, and essentially was waiting for things to happen for me instead of trying to go out there and make something of myself and make stuff happen for me. Or I've always had a job when I became an adult, though, but when opportunities to rise up came, I wouldn't apply, or stuff like that. I don't want that hardship, I don't want this, that, or another thing. Or when opportunities arose to learn new things, you know what I mean? I'm not a kiss butt or anything like that, or simply I have too much going on in my life, stuff like that, right? And I didn't realize that everybody else also has too much stuff going on in their life. They have things that are always going on, right? Something always pops up for everybody, right? Vehicles break down, all that kind of stuff, and you go through breakups, you get cheated on, you cheat on others, whatever the case is. You're in court battles for your kids, whatever. I've seen it all, and we've all seen it all, and we can see the ugly side of it. We could see the wear and tear it does on people, and you know, sometimes we choose not to see those things because of what's happening to ourselves, what's happening to us in our lives at the moment, right? We have back pains, knee pains, all these other kind of things, and you know, what are we doing to counteract that? Are we seeing doctors? Are we proactively stretching? Are we working out? Are we educating ourselves to be a little bit better? Are we taking our time? Are we dedicating our time to becoming better, rising up to the occasion of certain work duties or something like that? Like, if you see the opportunity, why not apply? Apply, especially if you've been there for a while, especially if it's a half-decent job that pays your bills or something, you know? It might not be the thing you want to do now, but you can look at it as an opportunity to grow, to learn new things, and possibly help you in a better direction, you know? Some of us like to attribute some people's growth to kissing ass, but the reality is they might be working their ass off. They're doing whatever they can to dedicate their time towards getting better at that, to help growth happen in their lives, and help them. It might eventually help them find something that they like to do, or you know, it helps them in their life and figure out, like, hey, yeah, like I've done all these things for a corporation, for a business or something like that, and it taught me how to run my own business. It taught me how to do these other things in my own life to better myself. Taught me how to save, taught me how to manage, it taught me how to help communicate some of my feelings, or communicate what needs to be done within our lives, within a household, within you know, whatever it is that we need to do. And it taught us how to start our own businesses and stuff like that, get it off the ground. You know, you start better understanding the hardships that go into that, the hardships to communicate things. And you know, it's always easy to sit there and feel bad for ourselves and feel like the world's weighing us down, and crying about it, right? And essentially not doing anything about it. It's like, what are you gonna do about it to help yourself not feel that way, right? We also have to be proactive in that. We have to figure out what more we can do for ourselves in our lives to better it, to do more, to step up, and get ourselves out of those situations, right? I'm not, by no means am I somebody that does it. I still struggle every day, right? I struggle each and every day, but I do my best to learn, grow, and make steps towards striving to being better, being more well-equipped to do things that I like to do outside of like work and stuff like that. Yeah, for everybody, work's not it's not the worst. You know, you could be out there not working and not making any money and not interacting with people. And stuff like that. You know, you gotta, instead of thinking negatively, you try to think positively. Sometimes, like I said, you can't, but when you're in that negative rut, you know, you just gotta buckle down and figure out ways to try to be positive, to try to spin it within yourself, because sometimes you have to be positive, even if you're feeling negative, even though the world's on your shoulders, and you know, you're battling hardships, you're battling hard times in your own life. You know, there's no point in making it worse for yourself just because you're having a bad day, because you have a little bit of sleep, because you know something happened in your life. You know, those are also moments that teaches you and helps you get back up on your feet and be a better individual, to face these hardships, right? And yeah, it's always easier said than done. It's always hard in those moments, yeah, but when you make it through, when you're on that other side, I want you to look back at it and be like, hey, I didn't die. Hey, I made it. What did I learn through this situation? Oh my God, I'm better for this, you know? I grinded through this thing. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself in those accomplishments that you did, and not just take away from the negatives, right? Sometimes, a lot of times, it's easier to look at the negativity that happened and cry about it and feel bad about it. But how do you spin it to be positive? What did you do that became positive in those moments? For yourself, for not only your own sake, but for your family's sake. Like, what did you do good? What went right? How did you figure it out? You know, take those things and think about those a little bit more, and at least acknowledge those things, you know, and maybe it might loosen that load a little bit on your shoulders. Maybe it'll make you feel a little bit better about yourself, instead of just thinking about those things that didn't go right, those things that went wrong, you know, because as we get older, we figure out that, you know, nothing ever goes to plan, but God damn it, I made it on the other side. I did better, and I'm doing better, and I'm a better person because of it. And it's not the desired outcome, but sometimes it's not the desired outcome that we want, but sometimes it becomes a better outcome than and it becomes the one that we needed, and we didn't even know that we needed. So, but anyways, I hope everybody has a great day, has a great week, and this has been another ramble. I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.